Coming up, the red-hot Montgomery College Raptors face one of their stiffest challenges of the season as the Hillsborough Hawks, a Division I powerhouse from Florida, swoops in from the south. We're about to see a three-point threat. Daisha Noren and the rest of the talented Raptors squad are up to the test. NJCAA Women's College Basketball tips off on MCTV starting now. From the Rockville campus of Montgomery College in Rockville, Maryland, Montgomery College Television presents NJCAA Women's College Basketball, with the Montgomery College Raptors taking on the Hawks from Hillsborough Community College. Hi everybody, I'm Michael Brown, and it is my pleasure to once again welcome in my partner for today's game, Marcus Rosano. Marcus, great to be back with you.
Thank you, Michael. It's great to be alongside you, and it's great to be on the campus of Montgomery College watching some college basketball on a Sunday afternoon.
Well, today's game is a big one, and it's going to be a litmus test for both of these teams. Now, this game is really a huge challenge for Montgomery College. I mean, Montgomery College is a top-flight Division III program. They're ranked in the top 10 in the NJCAA, but they are playing a team today that is a Division I powerhouse, Hillsborough, from Tampa, Florida. They play in the very tough Mid-Florida Conference. They play in one of the toughest regions in all the NJCAA. So today's game is really going to test Montgomery College's mettle. Now, if Montgomery College can win, it becomes a statement game for them. It sends a message to Maryland JUCO and the NJCAA. But on the other hand, they're taking on Hillsborough. They are a Division I team. They are big, fast, tough, and very deep. And believe you me, they didn't come all the way up here to Florida, from Florida, to lose to Montgomery College. They expect to win, and frankly, they probably should.
They already came up here and got a big win yesterday against Prince George's Community College, and frankly, they didn't have any trouble with PG. They are a Division I program. There's a big difference between Division I basketball and Division III basketball at the NJCAA level. They're on scholarship. Division III kids like Montgomery College, they're not on scholarship. So recruiting, the lifeblood of college basketball coaching, they can sit in a living room and tell a kid that you're going to get a great education, you're going to play basketball, and you're going to have your tuition and your room and board paid for. And you bring that out to different areas that the coach can recruit in. They've got kids from Georgia, from Mississippi. They have students from Pennsylvania. They have students from Arizona on this basketball team. Montgomery College has students from Montgomery County primarily. So when you're recruiting kids like that, you're recruiting kids that want to play NCAA Division I basketball. Not that Montgomery College's girls aren't going to want to play Division I college basketball, but they set their sights on those four-year schools right out of high school.
That is very true, and Marcus and I are really anxious to see how this matchup is going to turn out. There's actually a palpable sense of anticipation in the gym today because I think a lot of people feel the way we do about this challenge. We're going to find out in just a moment. Our opening tip is just a couple of minutes away, but first, our national anthem, and today it's going to be sung live here in the gym by Michelle Rivas, a Montgomery College student.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Montgomery College for today's second day of the Women's Classic Tournament featuring CCBC at Dundalk Community College, Hillsborough Community College, Prince George's Community College, and Montgomery College. Before our national anthem, if we could take out a moment of silence. The United States has been hit with another tragedy in the state of Connecticut, so we could just have just one moment of silence in honor. Thank you. Our national anthem being sung by one of Montgomery College students, Ms. Michelle Rivas.
by Michelle Rivas, and you could see her T-shirt. She is a member of the MC women's soccer team, so she's another multi-talented MC student.
She can sing. Wow.
That was fantastic. A cappella, that is difficult. And now it's time to meet the starters for both teams. First for the visitors from Hillsborough.
At guard, 5'8", sophomore, number 3, Kashella Thompson. At another guard, 5'8", freshman, number 14, Samaya Blount. At another guard, 5'8", sophomore, number 10, Victoria Cecil. At center, 6-foot sophomore, number 20, Jacinda Myers-Sanders. And at another guard, a 5'8" freshman, number 21, Rachel Reed.
And Hillsborough's head coach is Jennifer Sepielli. She's in her second year. Her assistant is Chris Ward. And now let's meet the starters for the MC Raptors.
At guard, 5'5" freshman from Kennedy High School, number 1, Daisha Norn. At guard, 5'8" sophomore from Watkins Mill High School, number 3, Jartu Towe. At guard, 5'8" sophomore from Bethesda Chevy Chase High School, number 11, Jamila Thalley. At forward, 5'10" sophomore from Tacoma Academy, number 24, Capria Redparth. Forward, 5'9" freshman, Rockville High School player, number 32, Megan Tillman.
And MC's top assistant is Melissa Weithman. She played here at MC under the current head coach of the Raptors, Tarla Gasquet. She's in her 7th season, and this program has been on the rise ever since she took over.
She's got them currently ranked number 6 in the NJCAA. They're at the top of the Maryland JUCO Conference, battling for the top. And they made the Final Four last year, which is something to hang your hat on.
Boy, that is for sure. Now, Marcus, our tip is just moments away, so let's take a quick look at some of the keys to today's game.
Okay. First off, we have David versus Goliath. As we mentioned, D1 versus D3. Hillsborough, their kids on basketball scholarships. MC, however, has already beaten a Division I team in Hartford. Another key to the game is speed kills. Both teams run up tempo, push at every chance they get offenses, which means turnovers are going to be key. Who's going to limit them? And finally, getting defensive. There's a contrast in defensive styles. Hillsborough wants to play man-to-man. MC matches up in numerous zone looks, trying to get in the passing lanes to create their turnovers.
All right, and our officials for today's game are Tori Williams, Jennifer Carter, and Charlene Davis, and we are just about ready for the opening tip. And as you can see, the Hawks from Hillsborough are in the blue with the red trim, Montgomery College in the gray with the purple trim. Those are some of the new colors for the team. All right. Thalley with the ball as MC wins the tip. Thalley in the lane, and her first shot is good.
They matched up. They matched right off the tip in man-to-man, and Thalley took her off the dribble. Nice short jump shot in the lane. Good opening play for MC.
All right, this is Cecil for Hillsborough over to Kashella Thompson. It's knocked out of bounds by number 24, Redparth for MC.
We're going to see a lot of that. She gets in the passing lanes with her length.
Got those long arms and great anticipatory skills. Cecil trying to get it in bounds. Finally does to Reed. Rachel Reed. Did not start yesterday, came off the bench yesterday, but she's in the lineup today.
Looks like Coach G's got him out going man-to-man on defense. The
Tillman
Raptors.
with the rebound off the miss there by Blount. Here's Toway. Over
Very
to
much improved point guard
Megan
Toway.
Tillman. Good defense there by Thompson. And it's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay down at the MC end. Thalley inbounding. Jamila Thalley to Tillman. Toway tries the lane. It's not there. Over to Noren. It's the same starting lineup MC used yesterday against Dundalk. They won convincingly over Dundalk. There's a turnover.
Yeah, Dayshaw tried to split the defenders at the top of the key.
Thompson from 3 off the back iron, no good. Rebound to Redparth.
Good box out by Jamila Thalley on that play.
There's Tillman running the wing and avoids the charge and puts it in.
That was an excellent play by Tillman. I thought that the defender had position, and Tillman slid right by for the bank shot.
And immediately, Hillsborough calling a timeout. As Seppielli, Coach Seppielli, not happy with what she's seeing.
Yeah.
We look into the huddle there. She's talking about rotating.
Yeah. They didn't get back on defense as well. You had Tillman streaking down the lane. There was only one defender back, and a coach isn't going to be happy out of the block when your kids aren't getting back.
No, and MC with 2 easy buckets to take a nice 4-0 lead to get things rolling. And there's Tarla Gasquet, there's Melissa Weithman, Jeff Carton, and White.
Well, not a bad way to welcome Hillsborough to the gym today.
No, this is a little greeting from MC. Of course, we're very early into it, 18:29 to go in the first half. There's their top scorer, Myers-Sanders. Blount. Into Cecil. And there's another turnover on a bad pass to Jacinda Myers-Sanders.
Myers-Sanders is a heck of a scorer. She had 25 points, I think it was on December 8th against Brevard County. She can score the ball.
Hit 8 out of 12 from the field in that game. There's Talway, couldn't finish. Gets her own rebound, puts it up. Oh, in and out.
It's nice to see Talway going down the lane and getting to the rim. That's what you want to see out of your point guard.
There's Blount. And there is, look at that defense by Noren.
Yeah, Dacia's getting up in her face.
Myers-Sanders steps out of bounds. Stepped on the out-of-boundary line there. And Talway inbounds it to Thalley.
I like the aggressiveness out of MC to open up this game. There's no intimidation factor here whatsoever, nor there should be.
There's Thalley from the free throw line, off the back iron, no good. Battle for the rebound, Reed comes down with it, and she's immediately trapped and knocked out of bounds. Great defense there by MC.
Yeah, just, Dacia Noren has come out here very intense today on the defensive end.
I think that's going to help her offense. She had a bit of a tough day shooting yesterday. Look at that defense. Great job. Would not relinquish position. Michelle Thompson, she's their three-point threat. We saw her yesterday spot up a lot for the three. Blunt drives the lane, bangs into Tillman, and
yeah, I don't think Megan's feet were set.
Yeah, they're going to call that a blocking foul on Tillman. 4-0. Raptors on top in the very early going. Maya Blunt. She was one of, like you alluded to in the opening, Marcus, this was one of the players who had the chance to go D1 right out of high school. She wasn't crazy about her choices, so she decided to play D2, or rather junior college ball, until she can get an offer that she's happy with from a D1 school.
And junior college opens up doors for everybody.
It sure does. She'll show what she can do, and then she'll sign with a nice 4-year school. There's Thompson, and that's a 2. That's a 2. So it's tied up at 4.
Kashella Thompson has a lot of game. You could see why she's actually a transfer from a 4-year school, and Coach Seppielli says she's just trying to find herself and get back out to a 4-year school.
There's Noren from 3, and it's good.
Well, that's a good sign. That's a real good sign. Dacia Noren dropping a 3.
And we saw a little bit of a press there from Hillsborough last time up, and it gave MC a little bit of a problem. They do like to press.
They've got the athletes for it.
And they've got the depth.
Oh, good.
Myers has this stripped away there by Thalley. Toway to Noren, puts it up, no good. Good defense there. Robert Reed comes out with it, ahead to Thompson. Jump shot, no good. Rebound to Noren. With an assist from Redparth. Noren all the way, good.
Nice crossover by Dacia Noren. She really came to play today. I think she's remembering a couple of those air ball / passes she threw up yesterday.
9-4 now. Nice little 5-0 run by MC. All by Noren, by the way. A 3 and then a layup off the break. Redparth with a hard foul. And that could have been a little calling card there from Redparth. You come down this lane, you may pay the price.
Nice take by Reed going strong to the basket.
And this is Rachel Reed from Tampa, Florida. She's one of the hometown players. But like you said, about half their roster is from out of state.
Not to say that Tampa, Florida isn't a hotbed for basketball, because there's some serious athletes down there.
It certainly is. It certainly is. And Reed hits a 3 throw. Here comes Jocelyn Martin. She was yesterday's player of the game, had 19 points, 10 rebounds, and she comes in for Tillman.
Jocelyn really showed a lot yesterday. It's going to take her a little while, and she's really coming into form, missing the first 8 games of the season.
She's played 5 games now, or 4 games rather, since she's been back. There's Redparth, loses the handle, and nice job there by Blunt to retain possession. And that's a travel.
Yeah, Reed got a little ahead of herself there, took a step before putting the ball on the floor. Samaya Blunt's come out. She's really active on the defensive end, too. She is playing a guard position, but as you can see, she's long and lanky, and she's getting in the passing lanes as well.
And, of course, Hillsborough has that depth on the bench. They just have more depth than MC does. So we're going to have to see how that plays out as the game goes along, particularly at this pace.
That 3/4 court press kind of threw a monkey wrench into that trip. Toei had a bit of a problem getting the ball over half court, and then they trapped in the corner here.
Yeah, they're running that press very effectively, and MC's going to have to answer that. There's Thompson from 3, no good. Toei with the rebound. She averages about 6 or 7 rebounds a game, so that's not a surprise. And there's Noren with another 3.
That's her spot. They're going to keep feeding her that shot, and when it's going down, they're going to feed her more.
Boy, and if she's hitting today, MC's going to be tough to beat. She is on the floor again. Jump ball, possession arrow is for Hillsborough.
This is a different Deshaun Noren right now than we saw yesterday. Totally different player.
Much more intensity. Here we see it. Look at her. Boy, she's not giving up.
Shoots a 3 and then comes down and gets a floor burn. That's what Coach G wants to see.
All right, Hillsborough is substituting. 8 points already for Noren in the game. She has 8 of the 12. Hannah Coatzen is in now for Hillsborough, as well as number 12, Khadidra Berger. Coatzen shot from 3, no good. Battle for the rebound. And it stays at Hillsborough's end. Also, Ed Shayla Upshaw is in. So wholesale substitutions here for Hillsborough.
They run a deep team, and we're seeing that just 6 minutes into the game.
So we're going to see if fatigue plays a factor in this game, as it's a little warm in the gym today. Blocking foul on Martin.
Yeah, not sure Jocelyn wants to be out defending the 3-pointer against Ed Shayla Upshaw. I don't think Ed Shayla is going to take a 3 out there, so Jocelyn will learn on that play.
She's a smart player, Jocelyn Martin, and she will learn. All right, here is Khadidra Berger. Toei on her. She runs her into Jocelyn Martin. Look at Redparth. Ooh, she somehow managed to keep that pivot foot down. And ball is kicked away. It's going to stay down at the MC end. Look at Redparth with those strides. Somehow.
She got away with a little bit of a walk, but we can see that on replay. I don't think the referees have replay up there.
No, they don't, and in real time, that's awfully difficult to pick up on. Toei, no good, and Blount comes down with the rebound.
Hillsborough has head up as soon as they get the rebound. Head up looking for runners down the court.
Well, that's their style. They like to run and gun at every opportunity, and their coach called it that. She said, we like to run and gun. There's Thompson from outside, no good. Berger with the rebound, goes up against Martin, no good. Rebound to Redparth. She said, I've had enough of this. I'm getting the rebound.
Good rebound in the lane, slicing through.
Toway trapped again. This time they effectively work it. Ooh, Martin misses the bunny shot.
Good strong move by Jocelyn.
She's unhappy with herself.
She is.
She's not going to miss many of those. Made a great move to get open. 12:59 to go. MC holding a 5-point edge at 12-7. Saccone is in for Montgomery College, replacing Redparth.
She played excellent yesterday in that big win over Dundalk, 81-45.
She had some excellent plays, scored a lot of points, and was in the right place at the right time, a lot of it. There's Shayla Upshaw.
Nice
scoring.
pass by Hannah Coates, found Upshaw underneath, and one with a foul against Jartu.
And she'll be at the line to shoot three. And Shayla Upshaw is also from Tampa, Florida. This is the foul shot, and Blount knocks it out of bounds over Saccone.
MC's got to be careful with fouls. That's already their fourth foul in the first 7.5 minutes of the game. They're not overly deep when it comes to minutes played. Jartu has a foul. Just got to be careful early.
All right, Martin takes a seat, and Tillman is back in now for Montgomery College. So it looks like she's going to Tarla Vasquez is going to compensate for a lack of depth with more frequent substitutions. At least that's the way it looks in the early going.
She has to.
Oh, there's a tough pass. That's a turnover.
Coach G's going to have to do something about that three-quarter court press. They're really having trouble getting the ball into their offense over half court.
They disguise the trap real well. They close with the trap very quickly, and MC is not moving without the ball well enough.
In women's basketball, there's not an 8-second get to the half court penalty, but as long as you take it in the other side of the court, you're wasting your shot clock.
Boy, Coatson has her hands full with Noren. What positioning. Ooh, Blunt, and she traveled. Started to move the feet before she hit the ball, hit the court. So here we go again. Let's watch the trap. Where's it going to come from this time? My guess is Blunt or that time Toway just split the trap. There's Thalley from three, and it's good. So far, MC is hitting their threes, and that's been the difference in the ball game. We have a timeout on the floor with 11:47 to go, and while we have this chance, you know, Marcus and I have been talking about how MC has come flying out of the gate this season with a 10-2 record. And before the game, we had a chance to talk with Coach Tarla Gasquet about what has surprised her the most about the Raptors this year.
I think the whole team, for the most part, has surprised me. You know, we have a team of about 11 players, and looking at the stats, if you add Jocelyn into it for her last two games, at least 7 of them are scoring 9 points or more, averaging 9 points or more. I didn't expect that at all. I think they're all, I've asked them to step up. Everybody's stepping up, and when they get in the game, they're playing to the best of their ability, and that's all I ask for, just give me the best you have. So I think that has surprised me. I didn't expect to have as many players actually playing as well as they are.
And we're back to action now. Marcus, just real quickly, she clearly likes this team.
Hey, the sophomores stepped up this year. I mean, it's plain and simple. And then you add some freshmen in Megan Tillman and Desha Norn, and then you have Saccone. So, hey, coach is surprised, pleasantly surprised.
All right, we're back to action. 17-9 now. And you can see the stats.
Desha averaging 19 points a game, 18 and a half.
Look at that balance in the scoring. We'll get back to that graphic later because it definitely needs some talking about, particularly the balance in the scoring and in the rebounding. There's Tillman gathering in the lead pass, and she's fouled by Blunt.
That's the second time Megan's gotten up the floor really quickly to get behind the defense.
Talway getting ready to inbound the ball. 11:05 to go in the first half. Montgomery College with an 8-point lead. And it's primarily because of threes and Hillsborough's inability to hit from the field. They are only 3 for 9 right now from the field. Redparth hustles down, knocks it away, but her foot was on the line.
Capri had to make up some ground getting back on defense, and she really did.
Wow. We've seen that before from her. It's amazing. She can cover a lot of ground in a short amount of time. Almost a steal there by Tillman. There's Reed from the corner, wide open, no good. In and out, rimmed it. Reed again, and this time she gets it to go.
Nice athletic move by Reed.
Toway now. Hillsborough's taking that press off. Toway splits it. Ooh, how did that not go in?
It's still good to see Jartu Toway taking the ball to the basket.
Comes Blount. The original starters are back out on the floor now for Hillsborough as Cecil has the ball. She gets it to Myers-Sanders, who has yet to score. She's their leading scorer, and she has not broken into the scoring column yet.
This has been a disjointed game in the first 10 minutes with the press and some fast breaking, and the Hawks being slightly cold from the field, so they haven't been able to set up the big girl Jacinda Myers down low.
All right, here comes Toway. Driving to Redparth in the corner. That's not her shot. Here's Norm from 3. Off the back of the iron, no good. Reed with the rebound, and she's out in a flash. Norn gets back and alters the shot. Toway with the rebound. Norn in the right place at the right time. Feeds it to Saccone, to Redparth, up and in.
Nice fast break. Nice fast break. Saccone gave up her shot to get Capri Redparth even closer to the basket. Perfect percentage shot.
Great unselfishness there by Saccone. Love it.
She, as Coach was saying yesterday, the kid does the dirty work. She's going to show up in a lot of different stat categories.
There's Norn on Cecil. Norn has been outstanding on defense today as well as on the offensive end. There's the shot by Cecil, way off the mark, and Tillman with the easy rebound. MC's going to slow it down just a little bit. Get their breath after the track meet that the first 11 minutes of this first half have been.
I don't think Jartu will be sad to see them lag back into some half-court defense.
No. There she is, wide open, and this time it goes.
She's taking her man off the dribble, getting into the lane.
That's one of the biggest improvements in her game from last year to this.
Her
is that
ball
being able to take her off the dribble.
Has been fantastic.
MC 9 for 19 from the field in the first half. So they're shooting at almost 50%, whereas Hillsborough is struggling.
They were cold from outside yesterday.
4 for 16, as a matter of fact, cold from the field. 4 for 16 for Hillsborough. Jocelyn Martin back in. Redparth gets a breather. Tillman takes a break. Talway has yet to take a break, and Norn has yet to take a break. There is Blount underneath. Upshaw. Knocked out of bounds by Norn. 10 turnovers to Hillsborough, for Hillsborough to 3 for Montgomery College.
Looks like Samaya Blount might have caught a fingernail in the face.
That's a heck of a difference. 10-3 in turnovers.
Wow.
And there's Norn. Look at that positioning. The ability on the toes.
And we talked about that. They want to get up and down the court, but you can't turn the ball over. And Coach Sepielli is concerned about that.
Yeah, that's one of her main concerns is when the break is not there, their lack of discipline when they have to run a set offense.
Hey, she's the coach. She knows her kids.
21-10, 10-point bulge for MC, but a lot of basketball to be played. Reed, Myers, and right at the shot clock, no. Myers-Sanders yet to score. That's got to be one of the big stories of the first half so far.
It certainly is. She hasn't even had any real looks at the basket. I mean, that was with the shot clock running out.
And they're taking her out of there. Hillsborough now 4 for 17 from the field. She's going to get a little breather, get her head together over there on the bench. And they brought Coates back in. Hannah Coates, who played quite a bit yesterday. Here's Saccone driving. Oh, tossed it away. Noren broke it up, though. And Thalley, oh, they called that over and back. She did have possession before she crossed that line. But Noren, again, with that quick hands.
I thought the referee was going to give it to her, but there's no freebies, I guess, out here.
Not in this game. All right, so Hillsborough once again forced to walk it up, which is not their style.
And MC's going man again.
And they've done a great job at it. There's Upshaw, gets around Martin.
Yeah, Upshaw wants to take Jocelyn Martin a little bit away from the hoop, give her some room to move, and she went around Jocelyn. That's what she wants to do if Jocelyn's going to defend Upshaw.
There's Toway to Noren. A nice pass back to Martin, who puts it up and in.
And that's exactly what Martin wants to do against Upshaw, is take it hard to the basket and use her size over the 5'8" Upshaw.
And good court vision there by Noren. Probably a set play, but it very well executed. There's Upshaw again.
Samaya Blunt read that all the way, breaking down her defender and then dishing to Upshaw.
So the pace has slowed a little bit. Both teams catching their breath. They both like to run, and boy, the pace was breakneck there for a while. There's Toway to Noren. We get a foul.
Reed is playing really physical out on Jamila Thalley right here.
But Tillman checks back in.
I think Reed caught the worst of that exchange.
Tillman checks in, and Capria Redparth takes a break. Actually, it's going to be Toway taking a break. And she actually went to the locker room, so I'm hoping everything is all right. All right, here's Upshaw with a steal, and no good. Good defense there by Thalley. Here comes Reed from the foul line. No good. Upshaw, no good. Batted out of there, but right to Coatson. There's Reed. 24 seconds on the shot clock. It reset. Ball did hit the rim.
Upshaw's only 5'8", but she plays a lot bigger.
Well, she's got a big body.
She is
very well put together.
Very strong, very strong.
And I'm not trying to tell jokes. Her coach described her as built like a football player.
She is, and she wears a 34 too. She could play running back.
And that's a charge on Martin. That's 2 fouls on Martin, and of course, MC can ill afford anybody to get into foul trouble.
Well, Reed had a nice little acting job. She had perfect position, but I don't think the contact was there to hit the deck. But that's what you're supposed to do when you're playing against a bigger offensive player.
Well,
take the charge.
It's too bad they gave out the Golden Globe nominations the other day, because Rachel Reed just about qualified for one right there.
Good, smart play.
Good pass over the traffic. Noren forces it up and draws a foul.
We were talking before the game how important it is for Daisha Noren to establish more of just a three-point game, and she faked a three-point shot. Everybody's going to come out on her because she's red hot early in the game, and you got to take the ball to the hole.
And she drew the foul, and she'll be on the line for 2. So we don't have any word on Jar Toway yet. We saw her leave the floor.
That's the floor general for the Raptors. Not a good sign to not have Jar Toway in the locker room.
I did not see an injury, so perhaps she got a cut and they're treating the cut. Although the trainer is over on the side. Trainer for MC today is Gori Sivan. Here comes Toway.
There she is.
She's coming back on the floor, or back onto the into the gym rather. Kashella Thompson.
Jamila got caught with an elbow off of Kashella Thompson right there.
And they call it travel.
But that's what you're going to do if you're going to get your face up and play good defense against an offensive player.
25-15. And Toway checks right back in, so she's obviously all right. Jocelyn Martin will take a break. 5 assists for MC to just 1 for Hillsborough.
That's not a stat that Coach Jennifer Sepielli wants to see.
Oh, no. Oh, no. They've been settling for a lot of jump shots. There's Tillman from 3, and she's got it.
Speaking of jump shots, Megan Tillman nailed 2 3-pointers in a row yesterday against Dundalk. She's got a hot hand, and she can shoot it.
MC definitely shooting better than they did yesterday.
Absolutely.
As Saccone draws the foul.
You and
Reed.
we were shaking our heads. They were throwing up, and I'm not kidding. They were throwing up air ball after air ball yesterday from downtown, and it's a different story today.
Different intensity level today. As Coates goes to the line. I believe I said Reed, but the foul by Saccone was on Coates, and she makes the first. She actually hit her first 2 shots.
Michael, are you going to get a tattoo like that in the near future?
I've been considering it, but my wife is not real crazy about the idea.
Well, if you get one, I'll get one, and we'll just have to let our wives get mad at us.
There's Noren, another one. Whoa. Bottoms up on that one. Boy, that was the old expression, nothing but net. That was the definition.
That was nothing but net. That's a beautiful sight for the Raptors.
And the threes have made the difference. There's a travel. Another turnover.
They are red hot. They're beating a Division I team from Tampa, Florida, a hotbed of college athletics down in Florida, 31-16 with 4 minutes left. Coach Gasquet, there's no way she could have drew it up any better.
There's that 3, and look at our expert statistician here, Evan Brown, has just tossed me a stat, 14-7 in terms of turnovers. 14-7.
We talked about turnovers. With these kids want to get up and down the court, but when you get up and down the court in transition, you're going to turn the ball over.
We did talk about that as being a potential key to the game, because when both teams like to run that hard, sometimes passes get away. Sometimes you travel. You charge. And that puts Upshaw on the line. There's the foul by Noren.
Coach G told us yesterday that their goal is to score 45 points and a half. So when they were up 39-14 yesterday against Dundalk, well, she was happy because it's, like she said, fun. But they missed their goal of 45 points. They got 3 minutes, 45 seconds left. I don't think she'll be too upset if they keep this lead and they don't hit 45.
Well, particularly if they hold Hillsborough to below 20 points. Although that's going to be a little tough with almost 4 minutes to go in the half. But still, to be at this point of the half and Hillsborough with just 18 points, it says a lot about MC's defense. Noren has 13 points, I'm just told. There's Talway, no good. Saccone almost got the rebound. Up ahead to Berger. Khadidra Berger. Back out to Coatson. Talway on her. MC with a man-to-man. This is not something we've seen before out of them. They generally play a variety of zones. Almost ripped away by Thali. She's on the ground. She's got it ahead to Noren. All by herself for 2.
Jamila had a very physical steal. Coach Sepielli wanted a foul called.
Didn't get it. There's a elbow by Upshaw, not called.
Good no call. Could have gone both ways.
That's true. And Saccone with a big-time rebound. MC walking it up a little bit, working the clock just a bit. Got a nice lead, but no lead is safe when the game is played at this pace. Noren almost, beautiful feet.
I think Angelica Saccone was a little surprised at how wide open she was.
I agree with you. I think her timing was basically off. MC should have had that, but they somehow retained it.
The bounces aren't going the Hawks' way today, but it's early.
It is early. There is a lot of basketball to play, a lot of basketball. And there's another timeout out on the floor, and of course we've been talking a lot about the outstanding group of sophomores on this Raptors team. But maybe their most important contribution to the team takes place off the court. So we talked with the first-year players about the kind of guidance they get from the vets.
Yeah, the older players they're really helpful. We can go to them for any advice we need with like keeping our schedule balanced, and if we have any questions, they're really open to just trying to help everyone succeed.
The good thing about this team is you don't need to go to them for advice. They offer it a lot. And I know as far as signing up for classes, I've never done it paper-wise. I always do it online because of the holds that the athletics puts on it. And they were like really helpful in helping me how to fill it out and how to get it in and stuff. So I was able to sign up for my classes before they all filled up.
Some of the players help me out throughout the day. When I have my big gap, they tutor me in math or English, and I get some help from them.
I always go to them for like schoolwork help, because you know they took some of the classes that I take now, and like they just teach me how to like balance my work, and yeah.
That's impressive. These freshmen are getting a lot from the sophomores, and not just on the court and in practice.
Well, there's much more to college basketball than just running 94 feet. You got academics, time management, there's extra paperwork for the athletes, but I think it's a trickle-down effect from the top, and that would be Coach Gasquet to the sophomores, and the sophomores take the coach's leadership and bring it to the freshmen.
Ciccone with an effort, no good, and Jacinda Myers-Sanders is back in, and she grabs the rebound. So Sanders back in, Sanders-Myers back in, Victoria Cecil back in for Hillsborough. And turnaround jumper, so Myers-Sanders finally gets on the board. So that little break may have helped her.
That's Myers-Sanders' game. She's got a nice turnaround jump shot. We saw that yesterday, and that's the first time she's put it down today. She doesn't have many looks, to be honest with you.
No, she hasn't. Minute and a half to go. Here's Noren.
Good defense by Cecil on Noren.
Ciccone.
Really moving her feet.
Ciccone playing a lot of minutes today. She has really worked herself into that rotation. There she goes through the lane. Good effort. And it's going to stay with Hillsborough.
Angelica Ciccone is about effort. That was a good effort.
And we have just over a minute to go in the half, and Hillsborough brings it up the floor. This is Rachel Reed with the ball. Guarded by Talway. Again, MC staying with the man-to-man defense. It's worked so far. There's Upshaw. She's been a problem.
Yeah.
And Myers-Sanders.
Her strength was a problem for Megan right there when she literally ripped the ball away and found Jacinda wide open underneath.
Lead cut to 11 now, as Hillsborough trying to make a little run near the end of the half. Hillsborough leading in rebounds, 18-12 we see. There's Noren, that's off the mark, no good. She was knocked down, no call. Here comes Hillsborough on the run to Sanders-Myers, Myers-Sanders, and she puts it in.
Nice move by Myers-Sanders.
All of a sudden, she's hit 3 in a row.
Pump fake, let the defender go by.
There's Talway. Nice feed. Oh, Thali overshot it. 33-24, less than 10 seconds to go, and that's going to be a foul on Talway.
Jartu Talway wants that back. It's going to be her, if I'm not mistaken, her second foul. And that was one that you didn't want.
No. And I'm sure it's a foul that Coach Gasquet is not pleased about.
They want that one back.
Ten team fouls for MC, only 3 for Hillsborough. And that's a startling statistic. Only 3 fouls in the first half for Hillsborough. So we've got to watch. Again, that impacts the depth.
It really does.
There's Cecil off the mark, no good, but there's Upshaw again, and she traveled.
She's only listed at 5'8", but she's strong.
Very athletic.
And she's got good leaping ability.
Talking to Coach Seppielli, she says she is normally a guard, but they feel they're undersized. Oh, just after the buzzer, and it wouldn't have counted anyway. So that is the end of our first half. The score at the end of the first half, Montgomery College 33, Hillsborough Community College 25. And Marcus and I will be right back with our halftime activities after this quick break.
Check out more Montgomery College programming at youtube.com/Montgomery College.
Whether you're a recent high school graduate, career-changing adult, or seeking professional or personal development, Montgomery College has what you're looking for. We offer more than 130 programs of study as well as workforce development and continuing education to prepare you for a rewarding future. Take advantage of our small class sizes, award-winning faculty, and flexible scheduling. Evening, weekend, and online classes offered. Apply today. Montgomery College, endless possibilities. 240-567-5000.
And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College in Rockville, Maryland, where once again our halftime score, Montgomery College 33, Hillsborough 25. And as we were going through the first half, you heard Marcus and I talking a little bit about what a terrific season Montgomery College had last year. This team was 28-6. They won the regional championships. They won the district championships. They went to the Nationals. They ended up finishing 4th in the country. So a terrific season for Montgomery College last year. Earlier this week, I paid a visit to Raptors practice, and I talked to some of the sophomores. They're the ones who were on the team last year that went to the Nationals. And I asked them, what does this team have to do? What do they have to improve upon to ensure a return trip to the Nationals?
We need to improve on team ball. We need to learn each other's weaknesses and strengths, because we've been playing together so far, but we still haven't mastered everyone's strengths and weaknesses, and once we get that down pat, we'll be a stronger team.
I think this team is gonna have to show what they can do. Like, everybody has their strengths and weakness. They need to push their strengths and focus more on that.
What this team needs to do is focus, focus, focus. We need to focus and listen to exactly what Coach T tells us to do and follow instructions. If we do that and give it our all, we'll be back at Nationals and maybe even come back home with the championship.
Well, Marcus, that's some straight shooting there from the vets. I mean, but they ought to know. I mean, they went to the Nationals last year. They were on the team. They know what it takes.
They do know what it takes, and when you say they went to the Nationals, that's the Final Four. When they win the districts, that's your trip to the Final Four in our league here. One of the things they talk about is cohesion, and that's getting to know their style of play with the freshman style of play. Last year, there was Alex Silva, who always seemed to have the ball in crunch time, and Portia Davis always seemed to get the ball from Alex in crunch time. I'm interested this year to find out who is the crunch time player. I wanted to see if Jar 2 would be the person to have the ball in her hand with 10 seconds left. Daisha Norn, we like to see her shoot three-pointers, of course, but Coach G wants to see her actually drive to the basket a little bit more. So who is going to be that primetime player to step up when the clock is running down at 10 seconds and it's a 75-75 game? I'm interested to see who steps up into that role.
Well, that's a good question. You and I were talking about this a little bit before the game, and, you know, we came up with a number of scenarios. Jar 2, definitely. Jamila, Thally, if her shot is falling.
Yes.
Of course, Norn, but Norn's a freshman. That's a lot of pressure to put on a freshman. Another name came up, and that was Megan Tillman.
Megan Tillman has a little bit of an inside-outside game. I don't even know if she has a position, to be honest with you. Does she play forward? Does she play guard? She shoots the three, but she can also crash the boards because she's got good size. But she also has good ball handling, and she's a smart player. She's a heady player, and she has good basketball instincts. Maybe Coach gives it to Megan Tillman when there's 10 seconds left on the clock.
Well, they haven't found themselves in that many crunch time situations so far this year. The one they did was Cecil,
yes,
and they came up short that game.
They lost by 2 against Cecil. They had a chance a couple of times down the floor under 20 seconds to score the basketball, and they ran into a little bit of trouble. And you know, Coach Gasquet doesn't want to talk about the Cecil game, but we'll talk about the Cecil game.
Well, and this game may very well come down to that. We'll see. We've got another half to go. I guess the key to take away from this is that Montgomery College, there's a lot of season left, a lot of time to figure out who is going to be that crunch time player. And I really feel at the level they're playing now, if they can continue that level, their chances for returning to the Nationals are very good.
They really are.
So stick with us. Marcus and I will be right back. We'll look back at the first half and the start of the second after this quick break.
Like us on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Montgomery College TV.
Whether you're a recent high school graduate, career-changing adult, or seeking professional or personal development, Montgomery College has what you're looking for. We offer more than 130 programs of study as well as workforce development and continuing education to prepare you for a rewarding future. Take advantage of our small class sizes, award-winning faculty, and flexible scheduling. Evening, weekend, and online classes offered. Apply today. Montgomery College, endless possibilities. 240-567-5000.
Check out more Montgomery College programming at youtube.com/Montgomery College.
And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College, where once again our halftime score, the Montgomery College Raptors 33 and the Hillsborough Community College Hawks 25. And Marcus, it was almost a tale of two halves there in the first half. Montgomery College got off to a quick start. They had a very comfortable lead with about 4 minutes to go in the first half. They were up 31-17 at that point, and then all of a sudden, things flipped around.
The helter-skelter opening seemed to play into Montgomery College's hands, and Coach Seppielli was right in the fact that when her athletes get up and down the court, they tend not to set up their offense. And when you have a player as effective as Myers Sanders, you need to set her up in the half court, and they weren't able to do that. And as we know, the Raptors like to run up and down the court because they have track stars on the team. So they came out to a big lead. And, of course, it doesn't hurt when Daisha Norn is shooting three-pointers, bringing the defense out when you are in the half court. 11 turnovers for Hillsborough is something that Coach Cepielli does not want to see. And Daisha Norn, obviously, 15 points. There's probably going to be a little bit of a defensive twist from Hillsborough to do something about Daisha Norn, maybe a box and one. We'll see what Coach Cepielli has in her bag of tricks.
Well, let's see if we can't take a look at some of our stats from the first half. And obviously the score 33-25. What else jumps out at you, Marcus?
Well, the Hillsborough rebounding advantage, obviously 20-12. It's tough to put your finger on that. Montgomery College is shooting from long range like they want to. Hillsborough has a 5'8" Ed Shalis Upshaw, who plays a lot bigger than 5'8". She's tough underneath. And Myers Sanders is tough underneath. So that maybe that's not such a big surprise. What I like about this is 5 of 8 from 3. And we saw yesterday MC was really drawing a lot of air on their three-point shots, and today they're 5 of 8, and that is an excellent sign. If they can keep up that hot shooting in the second half, that really bodes well for their chances against this D1 Hawks team.
And the other stat, which you had already alluded to, was the turnovers, where Hillsborough has 11-6 for MC.
That's the helter-skelter play that I think Montgomery College wants to see. They don't want to allow Myers Sanders to park herself on the block and set up for the turnaround jump shot. As we saw at the end of the half, she got 2 straight buckets, and you could see, well, that's a dangerous player. When she gets the ball, when she relaxes, she turns around, she faces the basket, she squares her shoulders, and she hits the jump shot. That's a good player. You don't score 25 points against Brevard County, if you're not that good. She's a really good player.
And a good shooter from the field, so we've got about a minute to go here before the start of the second half. I mean, off the top of your head, what do you expect to see here in the second half, based on what we saw in the first half?
Depth is an issue for MC. I'm not sure if Coach Gasquet wants to continue to run man-to-man. It worked in the first half. It seems to really get Hillsborough out of their base offense. There wasn't any identity to the first half, other than towards the end of the half when they did get Myers Sanders involved. So I expect them to continue to want to run up and down the court and keep them out of the half court, because it worked so well in the first 10-12 minutes of the game for MC.
Well, we're about to find out. We're just moments away from the start of the second half, and we're looking at the Hillsborough huddle there. We see Rachel Reed directly in front of the camera. On our left is Victoria Cecil. That's Ed Shayla Upshaw, 34, who is the leading scorer at the half for Hillsborough with 8. Jacinda Myers Sanders is second with 6. For MC, it's Noren with 15, Thalley with 5, and Tillman with 5. And we've got Saccone in to the starting lineup in place of Thalley here to begin the second half for MC. That's a big change.
That's an interesting substitution.
There's Noren. There's
Saccone.
Tillman from the corner. No good. Rebound to Redparth. Back up. No good. Rebound to Redparth again. Up and in.
Relentless underneath. She was relentless. 2 straight putbacks, and she finally made the last one go down.
Same starting lineup for Hillsborough as began the game. So
Capria is so fast off her feet. You can see her arms rising above the crowd.
She has amazing athletic ability. She sure does. So it's Cecil, it's Thompson, it's Reed, it's Sanders Myers, and it is Upshaw for Hillsborough.
Jartu Toei almost picked up her 3rd foul.
There's Noren from 3 and another one.
6 of 9 from 3 for Montgomery College.
And a quick timeout by Coach Seppielli.
18 points for Daisha Noren. Her career high is 29 in her first game as a college student.
And you know, Mr. Rosano, one of the great things about working at MCTV is that we get the opportunity to work with many of the students in the television program here at the college. Realistically and literally, we couldn't do a game like today without students serving valuable roles on our crew. And today we have a number of current and former students helping us out. The current students are Dallas Howard. There she is, Dallas Howard. And Heather Welliver. There's Heather. And Paul Steinitz is also here. There's Big Paul. How you doing, Paul? And the former students that are helping us out today are Corey Wallace. There's Corey, former student of mine, as a matter of fact. And Ed Clark. Where's Big Ed? There's Easy Ed. All right. And back to the game now. And there's a turnover by Cecil, travel.
Coach Seppielli did not like that call, and Cecil didn't like that call, but
they called it.
She dragged her foot.
Just one last quick word on those students. We could not do a game without them here, and we really appreciate all their help.
They do awesome work. To me, they're professionals.
And we also couldn't do the game without our stats team over here. We have Evan and Gabe Brown on stats, and they're doing a great job today.
And you're related to them.
I am. My son will give me the $10 after the game.
They are obligated to help us out.
And there's Upshaw.
She has good instincts. She seems to be in the right spot at the right time.
Good athlete. 38-27, Montgomery College. Lots of time to go. There's Toway. Oh, she throws up a prayer, and it wasn't answered. Here's Saccone, drives up, no good. Boy, you got to make those in a tight game. All right, here comes Thompson to Upshaw again. No good. There's Myers-Sanders.
Myers-Sanders swooped in, grabbed a big board and a putback. 38-29. 4 straight for the Hawks.
So Montgomery College now deliberately weaving it around. There's Noren from 3, partially blocked. There's Saccone in the right place in the right time.
We talked to Coach Gasquet yesterday about Saccone after the game, and her eyes literally light up. I don't know if it's just a surprise that she's playing so awesome, but it's plays like that. She knows where to be on the court at all times.
Well, keep in mind, Saccone did not play her senior year in high school because of a serious knee injury. So she's a bit of a surprise. There's no doubt about it. Oh, nice block away there by Redpath. And that's going to be a foul on Upshaw. She knocked Saccone down, who was ready to take off on the break.
Capria averages 2 blocks a game. I'm surprised, quite frankly, that she doesn't average more blocks.
Big time block there. There's Saccone and the tackle by Upshaw.
Megan Tillman also missed her entire senior year at Rockville High School with a torn ACL. Talking to her dad, she was crushed about missing her senior season, but she's come back to be an awesome player.
Toway. Kicked it out of bounds. That's a turnover. It's two Raptors. There I go. See, talked about the Knights. That's an old habit, folks. Once again, Montgomery College unified everything under one nickname, one common set of colors, and one mascot just a few months ago. And old guys like me still aren't quite used to it.
We're allowed one night a game.
There's Saccone, knocks away the entry pass. Good play. But, ooh. Beautiful takeaway by Redpath. Look at her run the court. There's Noren. And they call a foul on, not sure who that foul was on.
I think we're going to get an overrule here with a charge and a block.
That was a frenetic segment there. Look at that
Good
block.
No call. Good no call
by Redpath. Now here comes Noren. And
they got Daisha with the
wow,
with
that's
the charge.
A questionable call.
Little bit of a disagreement between the referees.
I don't think Reed had position, but that's just me, and maybe it's the home cooking that I'm experiencing. But wow, tough call. Of course, we had the advantage of slow-mo as well.
Yes,
so
we do.
Our replay extraordinaire guy in the truck, Dan Rankin. Or as his real friends call him, Rand Dankin. All right, here's MC. Pushing the ball up the floor again. There's Toway, nice move. Oh, can't get it to go. Redparth battling. And the game has gotten a little sloppy and a lot physical. There's Houtzen in now, or Coatzen rather. Sanders. Coatzen, boy, she can't shed Noren. Oh, Myers-Sanders.
Yeah, she had great position down low and a nice entry pass, and she just pivoted to the basket, beat Saccone off her hip.
Lead is 9 for MC with 15 to go in the first. There's Toway all the way down. Oh, she's got to, if she can get those to fall, and she will.
She will.
There's a lead to Myers-Sanders. Somehow stays in bounds and doesn't travel.
How she kept her pivot foot is beyond me, but she did.
And now Hillsborough on a bit of a run. And this all happened when Coatzen came into the game. She's been the difference maker.
Yeah, she's been a good little spark plug here.
Oh, that's a little sloppiness there by MC. There's Cecil all the way. And the lead is 5.
Yeah, Toway couldn't foul on that play. She's got 2, and she's the point guard.
And there's a timeout by Montgomery College. And while we've got this time, I want to let you know about a brand new sports show that we have on MCTV. It's the all-new Raptor Report. It'll keep you up to date on everything happening with Montgomery College sports. Plus, we'll take you behind the scenes to meet the coaches and players. So check out the all-new Raptor Report on MCTV 10 or on your YouTube channel at youtube.com/Montgomery College. As we look into the MC timeout, see some concerned looks here on the faces of the coaches. And the players will look a little tired too.
Yeah, this has been a bit of a frenetic pace in the first 5.5 minutes of the second half. Our stat man Evan handed me a stat: 3 turnovers for Daisha Noren in the second half. Coach is going to want to have them ratchet that up a little bit, getting a little bit careless. I know her and Capria Redparth had a miscommunication there for a turnover. They're going to have to settle down. It's plain and simple.
They got to settle down and get back to the way they were playing, really at the outset of this half, and most of the first half.
They've already proven that they can play with this team.
All right, Thali is back in now for MC. She's replacing Toway, who is getting a bit of a break and probably needs it. She's played almost the entire game up to this point.
So it looks like Jamila will be manning the point.
There's
with
a shot
Toway
up, no
on
good.
the
There's Jamila, puts it back in.
Right place, the right time, following that shot.
Well, Thali can play the point. She's averaging 5.5 assists a game. So she's got the ability, the court vision, and the smarts.
That was a big bucket off the timeout.
Yeah, they needed that. There's Noren running down the rebound. They needed that bucket. It stopped a bit of a run for Hillsborough, who had cut the lead into single digits. Saccone, Tillman, ooh, it was a good look. That's the kind of bucket they're going to wish they had. This time, Myers-Sanders could not save it.
Myers-Sanders beat the Raptors down the court. She's fast. She's the center on the team. She's 6 foot tall, but she's really fast.
Obviously a great athlete, but she is winded right now, I will say that. All right, Thali gets the pick from Saccone. And still, Hillsborough has yet to hit a 3. They're 0 for 10 from the field. There's Upshaw. Don't need a 3 with her.
let the defender slide on by for the easy layup.
Again, a smart play by her.
She seems to be very in control, very calm player.
There's Thalley. Looking for Ciccone, gets it to Redparth. This is not her spot on the court out by the top of the key.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, you don't want to see Capria really having the ball at the top of the key, looking to make a move.
And Ciccone sits down, Taue comes in. MC is 6 for 12 from the field from 3, and Hillsborough is yet to hit one. And that is obviously the difference in the ball game right now.
We saw that yesterday against Prince George's. They dominated Prince George's, a better team. But they weren't shooting well from outside. Even Coach Gasquet, in our discussions after the game, we realized that the Hawks are not a great shooting team from the perimeter.
Here's Noren, drives down the lane. Oh my goodness, how did that not go in? But Redparth with the rebound, puts it up, no good. And rebound to Cecil. She's trapped, gets it to Blount. Oh, there's a travel.
I still can't believe that Desha's shot did not go down. That hit every single part of the rim and then it came out.
And the same with Thalley's, both of them. They were all but in.
I think we need to have Heather and Corey check that rim down there.
Yeah. Heather, drop what you're doing and get up there and check that rim, would you? Come on. Towe. Jocelyn Martin into the game now. She drives on the baseline, nothing doing. Into Redparth. She's double teamed, back to Martin. She has it taken away by Upshaw, and here comes Hill. Oh, stolen by Noren.
Good steal by Desha Noren.
Wow, really heady. And a heady move there by Thalley to calm everybody down. I don't know if you saw that, but she just basically told everybody to cool it. And there's going to be a foul. Foul is on Coatson.
I like the cohesion with this team right now. I know that the sophomores were talking about that during the timeout. We showed that. And I like the cohesion. They work together well. And you see Jamila Thalley said, hey, stop.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah. There she is. Jamila Thalley, of course, part of that gold medal winning sprint relay team from last year's Nationals, along with Capria Redparth. The 4x1. Oh, Capria lets it get through her hands, but she still managed to retain possession. There's a battle, and they're going to call the foul on MC.
They're doing a pretty good job on Redparth when she gets the ball in the lane. There's a lot of action in the lane, and there's a lot of hands going against Redparth, and she really hasn't found her groove underneath.
She had it going early, and they have concentrated on her ever since. That last foul, by the way, was on Thalley. There's Reed off the front of the iron, no good. Blunt runs it down, puts it up, in and out, no good. Ooh, that looked like it was knocked off by Thompson, but they give it to Hillsborough.
That was another save by Upshaw. She didn't have a rebound position, but she tipped the ball to her teammate.
Blount. And it's, ooh.
Yeah, I'll double ooh on that one with you, Michael Brown. That would look to be some ball, but I bet if we see a replay of that, we're going to see some wrist on that.
Probably.
On that call.
Generally, when you reach in like that, no matter what, you're going to get a foul called on you. But again, MC cannot afford foul trouble. Possession arrow is in favor of Hillsborough. Should we get to that kind of situation? There's almost a steal by Tillman, and that's going to be an over and a back on Hillsborough, a turnover, as Reed could not come up with it. Noren to Tillman.
MC really needs to find an offensive identity right now. You can't just rely on, a 20-footer from Desha Noren. I'm interested to see where they go to get the basket at 42-37. This is a big juncture in this game.
It sure is, and that's a steal by Blount. Off the inbound, ahead to, but look at Redparth. just out of nowhere to take it away from Cecil. There's Toway to Martin. Nice feed.
Jartu Toway knew exactly what she was doing all the way down the court. She broke her man down off the dribble and knew that she had Jocelyn on the other side of the paint, and there's your layup.
Blunt with an easy lane to the basket, but there's Upshaw again.
She is tough.
She does not miss those putbacks.
She is tough. What a tough, strong player.
She does not miss those putbacks. Okay, here's Toway against Reed.
And she's only 5'8", and she gets that shot off.
Good leaping ability. There's Noren. Takes the drive to the hoop. Oh, she missed the layup. There's Redparth with the putback.
That's 15 push-ups for Daisha, but I think Capria Redparth, she bailed her out.
Capria thought she was fouled. Oh, they kind of forgot about Samaya Blount. And she had an uncontested jump shot.
High off the glass.
9:42 to go in the ball game. Anybody's game at this point, even though MC leads by 5. Oh, she tried to drop it off to Martin, couldn't handle it. They get it ahead to Thompson, ahead to Reed, and she makes it. And this is as close as we've been since the early going.
Yeah, this is a game. Again, the Hawks beat the Raptors down the floor on the fast break. Rebound and
there's
run.
a timeout on the floor with the score 46-43. And if you want to really stay on top of what's happening with MC Sports and MCTV programming, then make sure to follow us on Facebook. Just visit facebook.com/Montgomery College TV, and there you'll find information and links to games, premieres, shows, events, news flashes, programming, and much, much more. Again, that's facebook.com/Montgomery College TV. And that is the way to stay in touch, isn't it, Marcus?
Facebook is a very instrumental communication tool for Montgomery College. Obviously, for everybody in the country, they're using Facebook more so than email. And of course, we have Twitter as well. Go to montgomerycollege.edu. You can find our Facebook page. You can find our Twitter page. And of course, you can find MCTV.
Well, our statistician, Evan Brown, just showed me a stat here that is pretty telling. Rebounding, Hillsborough leads 30-21. That's a 9-rebound advantage. 21-13 on the defensive end.
Wow.
Which means they've got 9 offensive rebounds also, which is a significant number here with a lot of time left. All right, 3-point lead for MC.
When you want to,
oh, here comes the trap now. This caused MC trouble in the first half.
When you want to chip away at a lead, a good way to do it is to crash the offensive boards.
And of course, that was one of the areas that Coach Seppielli was looking for an improvement on. There's Capria Red. Oh my gosh. And there's Martin with the cleanup.
Jocelyn had perfect position, waited for that ball to bounce around on top of the rim, and it came down perfectly into her hands.
Smart
bounce,
bounce, like a slowly dripping faucet there. There's Reed. Takes Martin off the dribble. Rebound to Sam. They get it. They retain possession. Moving it around beautifully. There's Cecil way off the mark. And it's going to stay with Hillsborough.
Cecil's cold today. She had a really good game yesterday against PG. I thought she's an excellent player.
Hillsborough is still yet to hit a 3, but they're only 5 points down. And they just threw one up there to try to beat the clock. It did not hit the rim, so that's a shot clock violation.
That's a big defensive trip for Montgomery College.
Yeah, that could prove to be a key turning point there. Of course, there's a lot of time left. A little early maybe to be talking about turning points. And there's Toway, and she is blocked out of bounds by Reed. And I'm just guessing from Reed's expression that she didn't really agree with that call.
That was a surprising reaction, I think, is the way we can describe it.
It looked like a clear block to me, however. Here's Noren. Over to Thalley. To Toway.
Toway came to the ball for Tally there, bailed her out.
Ooh, Capria Redparth dribbled it off her sneaker out of bounds, and that's a turnover. So here comes Hillsborough.
Capria has not found her groove today.
There's Thompson, short. She is yet to hit one.
Still cold from the three-point arc for the Hawks.
They are just not hitting from three. There's Thalley, and they call travel. Shuffled her feet before she took the shot.
She really did, and I think Jamila Thalley knew it.
Yeah, there was no complaint there.
No. She was left wide open at the line. You look down at your feet and you kind of drag them before you launch.
MC had a big advantage in turnovers after the first half, but it's evened up. It's now 15-14 Hillsborough with just one more turnover than MC. That's another tale of the second half. Try to get it into Upshaw. Somehow she retains possession. Out to Thompson, and she finally hit one.
There's the first three-pointer of the game for Hillsborough.
She was wide open.
The ball comes off Thompson's hand nice.
It does. She's got a nice touch. There's Martin. There's Thalley off the. Oh, she tried to be just too careful. Almost aimed it.
They've left a lot of those short bunny shots up that have come off the rim.
Oh yeah, if they had been hitting those with a higher percentage, this would not be a two-point game. Good ball moving again. This time they're trying to get Thompson hot, and Martin with a big rebound.
Excellent position by Jocelyn Martin.
We're getting down to crunch time, folks. 6:28 to go, 2-point lead for MC. Very unusual. Neither team has broken 50 at this point of the game. Physical defense there by Cecil. And they finally do call a foul.
This is what we're talking about, who's going to step up for Montgomery College. As we said time and time again, Alex Silva is not here anymore, and she's the one that had the ball in her hands at crunch time. I'm interested to see who it's going to be and who's going to be the go-to player.
Well, we may find out a little bit about that today because we are getting down to it, and it is about as tight as it can get. There's Thalley, Noren. And there's going to be a battle for the ball there. Thalley somehow comes out of it. There's Martin. Oh, but she's fouled. And she'll shoot two.
When Jocelyn Martin gets under the basket, she has to go up strong like she just did because she's either going to put the layup in or she's going to get hacked.
She's playing a lot of minutes today. This is definitely the most minutes she has played since she's been back. Of course, she missed the first 8 games of the season. And this is her 6th game back. She makes the first foul shot. She's a solid foul shooter, hits almost 70% from the line.
And that's what you need by a post player her size and her ability under the basket is to hit your foul shots.
Well, this is the type of game that foul shooting could really tell the tale. Neither team is particularly good from the line, but we'll see what happens in a moment like this. She makes them both.
Clutch.
And substitution, Tillman coming in for Martin.
They're going to want
this will be a brief break.
They're going to want Jocelyn down the stretch to be fresh.
Yeah. She's got 8 points off the bench so far today.
It's hard to call her a bench player.
Oh,
because
yeah.
she's her and Megan Tillman are going to be in and out of the lineup. Again, we saw Saccone start in the second half today, so you never know what Coach G is going to do that.
And there's Myers-Sanders. After a very slow start, she's come on strong. MC trying to work a little clock here. 5:20 to go in the ball game.
Trying to run their offense, and it looks like their offense is going through Jartu Towe.
And she's fouled on the shot attempt. And Reed down and slow to get up. Looks like she hurt her knee or ankle.
Jartu got bailed out a bit there because she came into the lane a little bit out of control.
They are collapsing well in the lane. Early in the game, they were allowing MC to come into the lane and pretty much have their way, but they've started to collapse on that lane. Toway makes the first foul shot.
No freebies in the second half.
Oh, no. Oh, no. There's a price to be paid when you go into the lane in the second half of this game. And Toway makes them both.
That's 4 for 4 in the last minute at the line, and not much rim.
And you know Coach Gasquet loves that. They've been working on the foul shooting.
Toway can play a little bit more aggressive now.
There's Cecil.
She had 2 fouls in the first half, but we have 5 minutes left in the game. She's got 3 more to burn.
Cecil had it knocked out. Wanted a foul, didn't get the call. Blunt with a nice move. They do get it out to Thompson.
And she wants to shoot that 3.
And there's Toway. Takes it away. It's a big steal. And that was set up by the defense of Noren. Thompson just didn't know what to do with that.
She's a good ball hawk.
Thompson does not see that kind of defense as a rule because she's a spot-up jump shooter. Noren having trouble. Tillman takes it. Ooh, lost it. And possession arrow is in Hillsborough's favor.
I think football player Upshaw got away with a couple fouls there. Let's see if Megan Tillman's okay.
And let's see what happened here. Well, she held her all the way and then fell on her. I don't know how that's not a foul.
Yeah, Upshaw got away with 2 fouls on that play.
She held her as she drove to the basket. And keep in mind, Megan Tillman had a injured knee in high school. Let's hope it's not that. Let's hope she just got the wind knocked out of her. But they are working on the leg. So we hope for the best here as MC trainer Gori Siobhan is out there attending to her. They called a jump ball is what that play was. My statistician just asked me what the call was there, and it was a jump ball. They did not call a foul on Upshaw.
Yeah, I'm not sure how a jump ball with one arm around a body is going to be called, but.
Now, this does not look good, folks, as you can see the MC team looking at their teammate with a lot of concern.
A freshman to come in and average 15 points a game. And you can see on our camera the scar going up Megan Tillman's right knee. And that is, in fact, the knee that she tore her ACL and going into her senior season, or in her senior year at Rockville High School. Let's hope that she has a bruise or she banged her kneecap and it wasn't anything of a twist or a pop in ACL. As somebody who I've had 3 ACL surgeries and I know how that feels, and it's not a good feeling. And when you have had it before, you know darn well when things happen to your knee again.
Yeah, let's just hope she banged her knee on the floor and it's bruised. Meanwhile, MC retains possession. I don't understand at all what happened on that last play, why there was no foul called. It's just beyond me. And there's a bucket by Saccone off a nice inbound from Fallon.
That was a nice pass and nice hands by Saccone. That's a big bucket.
That is a big bucket. Gives MC a 6-point edge with just over 4 minutes to go in the ball game. There's Myers Sanders.
And the injury to Tillman took some life out of the MC bench. So that's a huge bucket.
Myers Sanders, and she makes it, and she'll go to the line to shoot for a potential 3-point play here.
Yeah, Myers Sanders followed her miss, grabbed the rebound, and gets hacked.
She just muscled it up there and in.
Redparth didn't get much arm, but she made a slap in motion, and usually the referee's just going to call the motion.
3-point lead now for MC with just under 4 minutes to go in the ball game. And here comes that little press, that little 3/4 court press. And it works again. Here's Myers Sanders. Cecil all alone out front. There's Blunt. Knocked away by Redparth and run down by Noren. Oh, she lost it. There's Cecil, drives the lane, kicks it, and call a foul on Noren.
Cecil looked to drive to the basket on that play. She's been setting up for the three-pointer, but it was good for her to drive to the basket.
There's Blount to Myers-Sanders, blocked by Redparth.
Nice block by Capria Redparth. Myers-Sanders was taking that right to the hole.
3:20 to go in the ball game. 3-point lead for Montgomery College. And there's a three ball by Hannah Coatzen, and that ties it up. And this is the first time we have been tied since 0-0.
Well, it's a new ball game.
3:05 to go and tied. There's Thalley, partially blocked and fouled.
I don't think she was at the three-point line on that foul. No, she was well within the three-point line. Could have got 3 free throws out of that.
All right, here's Jamila Thalley at the line. Her first is in and out. She's a 56% foul shooter, which is, here's the second, and she makes it.
It's hard to believe she's a 56% foul shooter with a nice stroke like that.
Perfect form. 1 point lead for Montgomery College, 2:50 to go in the ball game. There's Blunt, driving, loses, and steps on the end line.
Samaya Blunt, a little bit out of control, coming around that corner, trying to take it to the baseline.
Here's that press again for Hillsborough. They get it to Toway. It's Coatzen on Toway. And she gets it across. And they call a foul on Coatzen.
She had her left arm, using her left arm to hold up Toway. Good call.
There it is. Yeah, definitely. She's inside.
The referee can only let you ride the offensive player so much when she's handling the ball, and then you got to blow the whistle.
Here's the first one from Toway, and she gets it. Jar Toway. She prefers to be called Jar. Second, off the front of the rim, no good. And Upshaw just elbowed out of nowhere Redparth as they were running down the court. Just gave her a shot. Of course, nobody saw it but me.
It got a little chippy in the PG Hillsborough game yesterday towards the end as well.
And then they call a foul on Montgomery College down at the other end. Martin in now. Comes in for Thalley.
The Hawks are already in the bonus. Actually, the Raptors are in the bonus.
Raptors are in the bonus.
8 fouls against Hillsborough, only 6 for Montgomery College.
1 point game. Samaya Blount. Her second shot is good, and we're tied again. 56 all, and Saccone gets it back wisely to Toway.
They got the defensive stopper here, Upshaw, at the top of the key, hawking the ball. Interesting move by Seppielli.
There's Toway. Oh, did not get it to go, and here they come with a chance to take the lead for the first time in the game, and they do.
Upshaw is a heck of a defender, and she did not let Toway get into the lane with an open shot. She was with her all the way to the basket.
First time, and here she goes again. There's Toway off the back of the iron, no good. MC not getting the ball to fall here, and Hillsborough looking to take advantage and up their lead. There's Cecil. Wide open is Blunt. Off the rim, no good. Upshaw runs it down. There's Cecil from 3, and she gets it. And that's a huge 3.
That's a huge 3. Cecil hasn't been hitting the outside shot all game, and she hit a huge three-pointer at about 1:10 to push it up to a 5-point lead.
And Montgomery College calls a timeout with 1 minute, 1 second to go in the ball game. 61-56. Hillsborough with their first lead of the game.
It takes guts to take that shot when you've been cold all game, and Cecil just hit nothing but net.
And a big part of the story here is the rebounding difference. Hillsborough with a 13 rebound advantage, 38-25. And that's a huge part of the story.
To be this close in a game when you're getting out rebounded that bad is really a surprise that MC is in this game. But they built up a big lead in the first half. But when you out rebound a team, it's chip, chip, chip away, and that's what happens.
We're looking over there at behind the MC bench. We see Megan Tillman sitting on the trainer's table with ice wrapped around her knee. So, of course, we don't have any report on that. 1:01 to go. 61-56. 5-point margin.
MC doesn't really need a three-pointer here. Get a quick basket, and then you're going to have to really start fouling.
You need a quick bucket.
But they need to get the ball up.
There's Noren. Oh, partially blocked. Big defensive play there by Cecil.
Good defense by Cecil. MC was a little out of sorts. They didn't get a good shot off. Toei didn't get a good shot off, and Noren got her shot blocked.
And the ball will stay at the MCN. Once again, we have a disagreement between officials, and they're conferring under the MC basket.
The ball didn't hit the rim, so it's going to be Hawks ball.
So it's a shot clock violation regardless. So
now you really have to foul. It's a 5-point game. Now it's time to foul and just hope they miss their foul shots.
They've got to foul right away.
They do got to foul.
Who are you going to foul? They don't have many stats on Hillsborough. I know that for a fact. And finally, Noren does pick up the foul with 32.4 seconds to go.
Wasted 9 seconds without that foul in the first 9 seconds. If you're going to do it 9 seconds in, do it 1 second in.
If you're not going to get, if you don't steal the inbound, then you got to foul.
4 fouls on Noren.
That's 4 fouls on Noren, and of course they can ill afford to lose her. And here's Reed. She makes the first. Going to be tough for Montgomery College. 6-point lead now for Hillsborough. And again, I think we're seeing the effects of the depth of a D1 team here.
Yes, the depth is an issue, and I think that Montgomery College struggled a bit to find their identity on offense.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Big rebound by Redparth. They've got to get a bucket here quickly. And you can see Gasquet just beside herself on the bench, and they're going to call a foul on Martin.
And that's Reed with her second acting job that draws a charge on Jocelyn Davis.
In the NBA,
Martin.
That's a fine, but we're not in the NBA, are we?
We're not in the NBA.
There's Cecil, and they're not calling the fouls. And that is going to be our ball game as Cecil is able to wind the clock down to 3.5. Cecil with the line. Up and good. 63-56 with 3.5 seconds to go. And this one's going to go down as a loss for Montgomery College as Cecil makes them both.
Their loss to Cecil there was a lot of effort issues. This isn't going to be the story in this game. A good team came to Montgomery College.
All right, and that is the end of our ball game. The final score, The Hillsborough Hawks 64 and the Montgomery College Raptors 56. Our player of the game today
is Daisha Norn. She really helped Montgomery College build a big lead in the first half. Unfortunately, obviously they couldn't keep it up, but she was red hot in the beginning of the game. She had 15 points at halftime, so it's going to be Daisha Norn as the player of the game.
Well, she played a great game for Montgomery College, but unfortunately for the Raptors, they came up just a little bit short here today. I think, we set it up at the beginning of the game, Division I versus Division III. You talked about some of those advantages, one of those advantages being depth, and I think depth really was a big part of the story today.
Hillsborough brought in a lot of players that were absolutely effective. Bench players, they might be bench players, but they're starters at a lot of D3 schools, and the rebounding advantage was obvious, and that really hurt MC.
Yeah, the rebounding was big, and also they got their big guns going. They got Jacinda Myers-Sanders going, Upshaw. So their big guns, the cream sort of rose to the top there.
And then Cecil hits a huge three at the end. Montgomery College had some trouble getting into their offense to get a three-point look. Excellent defense by the long guards of Hillsborough to get out and close out on those attempted three-pointers at the end of the game.
Well, this is a great learning experience for Montgomery College. I think it's a benchmark game. Even though they did lose, they gave Hillsborough everything they wanted. And I think they're going to learn a lot from this game. And I think one of the things they're going to start learning is who is that go-to player. That's one of the things they got to figure out.
They do have to figure that out. And I don't think Coach Gasquet is going to be upset with this game, but there's going to be a lot of things that they're going to have to learn from this game, like you said.
Because the effort was there. There's just no questioning the effort by Montgomery College. They absolutely gave it everything they had. They just came up a little bit short. There's no shame in that.
This is going to be a game that's going to set them up for when they do get to the region, and if they get to the districts. This felt like a tournament game.
Well, that is it from the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Once again, our final score, Hillsborough coming out on top over the Montgomery College Raptors, 64-56. And for Marcus Rosano and all the hardworking people on the MCTV crew, especially our engineer, Sam Black, who has been just absolutely busting it all weekend long. We hope you enjoyed tonight's game, and thanks so much for watching, everybody.